Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to the Tel Talks Talk Show, episode 7. Tonight, we've got a bumper episode tonight. There's so much to cram in. We've had May the 4th. We've got Kingdom Planet the Apes have just come out. We've got some Lord of the Rings news. A Quiet Place trailers dropped. We've got challenges to talk about. We've got someone who's been to Comic Con. We've got loads of news to talk about that. Absolute massive episode tonight, and we've got fun and games to wind our guests up. So let's get straight on with the show. With Dino Joe. And Joe, I've not even spoken to Joe in a long time, so I've only sent Joe a couple messages today. So Joe, how are you, mate? Good to see you again.
I'm very tired, mate.
I've
had a busy week, and I feel so out of sync. It feels like a Monday for me, and then it's like I got live at 9. Mad. So yeah, really busy week, but glad to be back on the tube.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, even I was like, I finished work and I was like, yeah, I've got to do the live tonight. Not like it was a chore, but I was just like, oh, I've got to get back in the swing of things. And 1 week off, you do feel it. You know, that 1 week off. So I've not done live for it was actually 2 weeks then, isn't it? This will be 2 weeks, so I've not done live. But yeah, happy to be back. And we've also got another special guest returning. He's been to Comic Con Liverpool, so he's got some loads of Liverpool news to discuss, and we've got May the 4th as well to discuss. And obviously, this guest is a massive Star Wars fan, so we've got Coombsy making his return. Welcome to the stream, sir. How are you doing, mate?
I'll tell you what, I've still got back pain. I've still got back pain from last weekend. It's unreal.
It's funny. I think everyone gets like the Comic Con flu, or everyone comes out wounded from Comic Con.
Yeah.
And what was your last con before Liverpool? Was it Showmasters? November?
No, yeah, the LFCC winter, where they had the stupidly stacked guest list that they can't beat.
Yeah, and that is the one I missed, like an idiot, of course. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We've got Corey. Good to see you, Corey. Good evening. Hope everyone is all as well. Wayne's here. Thanks for tuning in, Wayne. And Corey's here. Liverpool was great, apart from a couple of things. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll come on to that. So, that's going to be around 45 minutes into the stream tonight. So let's get straight on with it, as it was May the 4th, and we have got Kingdom Planet Apes to talk about. So let's start with Phantom Menace returning. So, Coombsy, you didn't see it, did you?
I was meant to today.
Tell us your story. You tell us your story, mate.
So I went into the cinema. I got my popcorn and my drink. Went into the theatre, and I'm like, oh yeah, Phantom Menace, because I never got to see it when I was a kid. Obviously, I'd be 3 years old. So Attack of the Clones was the first one I saw in the cinema, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be really good. And then I wait 20 minutes, there's nothing on the screen.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, what's going on? This lady comes out, she goes, oh, so sorry, we'll be about 5 minutes, the projector's acting up. 5 minutes later, I hear a bloke having what I can only describe is a bloke having a fight with the projector.
Oh.
So
there's a big boomers.
Yeah. Another 5 minutes, the lady comes out again. She's like, oh yeah, 5 minutes. So I'm like, all right. So then it starts playing, and it's the Garfield trailer. I'm like, oh, I haven't actually seen this trailer.
Yeah.
And then about 2 minutes into the trailer, it just freezes. And I'm like, is this part of the trailer? Is Garfield gonna do
Zack
something?
Snyder made this.
Slow-mo. Yeah, it's slow-mo.
And then it just dies. And she goes, we'll try and fix this. So now you hear the guy yelling at the server going, you stupid. And I'm just sitting there trying not to burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And then the final time, the lady comes out and she goes, oh, so sorry. The projector doesn't work. We'll have to try another day. I'm like, this is the last screening.
Oh, was it today? That's it.
Yeah, I think it was, because I looked on Cineworld and there was nowhere to go. I don't know if Odeon still is.
Oh, so what happened? You see, you didn't pay extra for your ticket then? You just
no, because I got the card.
Ah, that's a bit of a killer.
They were like,
you wait all this time for the anniversary. No. Oh,
well, if it happens for Revenge of the Sith, I will actually throw a chair.
Mate. Yeah, what's your thoughts then on Phantom Menace? Where do you rank it?
out of the trilogy, not very highly.
Mm-hmm.
It's down there with the Star Wars movies because there's only one scene you can really love in it, and that is the Duel of the Fates. It's iconic.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
But apart from that, it's very.
Yeah, I think it's hard to like place it. I kind of rank 1 and 2 almost together, really, because Revenge of the Sith is so much better. But there's the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are so nostalgic to me. I can understand why an older generation or the originals generation will hate them, but for me, it's so nostalgic that I love them. So yeah, I also couldn't go and see it. I had tickets booked for Friday, and my dog decided to attention seek and throw up just before we left a couple times, and didn't seem very well. And then he was fine after the film should have started. So just wanted some attention. So and then I've been away all weekend. So yeah,
yeah, it's a weird one because you can literally just put it on Disney Plus. Like right
I think
now,
I've seen it twice this year. So I was like,
yeah,
oh dear,
it's one of them. It's like I've seen it twice, but I'd have loved to have seen it on screen because the same as Coombsy, we're same age. So I think I did see it at the cinema technically, but I do not remember it at all.
Same, yeah, even me. Like, I was 7. I don't remember it, but I'm sure I did see it. I've seen all of them. But for me, with Phantom Menace, like, a lot of the things I like remember and appreciate the most, like nostalgia wise, is actually like the merch. I always remember like Phantom Menace merch growing up. Even like looking at like the battle droids on the screen now. I remember battle droids in the red and black Darth Maul style packaging, and even now I feel like there's been quite a lot of promotion stuff for Phantom Menace. We've had like the Fortnite stuff, Funko Pops have come out of nowhere. There's loads of other stuff. I've completely gone off the top of my head. What else have they done for Phantom Menace? I swear there's other stuff.
They did the popcorn buckets.
Yeah, the popcorn buckets have been pretty well promoted, haven't they?
Yeah.
And the poster, of course, new poster.
And they kind of partnered it up with the Acolyte stuff, so they tried to promote the Acolyte stuff. Have you not seen the Acolyte preview? Because I know it was at the cinema when I saw it, so I'm not sure what you lot saw.
No, I've not seen any of it.
It was like a 3-minute clip. It was a trailer and a 3-minute clip, but it gives me just Rebel Moon vibes. Like if Rebel Moon was good, it's like what Rebel Moon was trying to be. So I think it will be good, but it's just how it finishes, really, how it concludes.
Depends what canon they break.
I am worried about it. Let's move on to Acolyte. And what is your guys' thoughts on it? And because I think didn't it get like the most thumbs down on YouTube history or something. Like it got a lot of dislikes.
Did it?
I don't know. It can't be Baby, surely.
Baby? What's Baby?
Bieber.
Oh, Bieber. Oh,
that's got like 4 billion downvotes.
Yeah, it got. I did see a post on that, but yeah, it got heavily disliked. So what's your thoughts then on Acolyte? You excited for it?
I'm looking forward to seeing Coruscant prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything to do with Coruscant and Jedi Temple just like gets me excited. But obviously in Phantom Menace, they're like, oh, there's not been a Sith for 1,000 years. And now apparently like 2 of the villains are Sosei Sith.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are and they know about it, and they don't, and they don't kill them, then it just completely breaks it. Because apparently Yoda's supposed to be in this. I mean, he is in and around, so you'd think that he's going to show up, whether it's a cameo or not. He will be around. So if anyone knows about it and they've not been killed, then it's going to create such uproar.
Yeah, especially if they're on familiar planets that we are familiar with as well. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to like not break canon. What's your thoughts, Coombs? Are you excited for it or?
Yeah, because I've always liked the darker side of the Star Wars mythos. It's always that where you get the best stories. A lot of the extended universe stuff, dark side wise, was pretty good because they've got like Solo. You've got Darth Maul in Solo. There's an entire comic run leading up to that and after that that's technically canon, but a lot of people don't know about it. And that's really good. But I have a feeling the hate is just because they like to hate something, and
it's-
if something's changed, like say you bring in a trans actor, they're gonna be annoyed just because.
It's an easy dislike. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you.
people. Yeah, Star Wars fans are the best and the worst. They just love to hate. Like, you can dislike something without just going absolutely mad and saying it should be this. It's like, well, you didn't write it, so you can't say it should be this. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be anything. There's some things that, yes, you are right. If something's breaking canon, then fair enough. But like brand new stories, you're like, well, it should have been this. It's like, well, it shouldn't. You either like it or dislike it. It's made for kids at the end of the day. If you know, it's made for kids that adults enjoy.
Yeah.
It's one of them, and it's people just like to hate. I've seen like Andor got a load of hate. Andor's fucking brilliant.
Yep.
See, I've not finished. I've not finished it, but I'm not hating it. I've just not watched it all, so it's not. I'm not in a position to say I hate it. At the moment, a couple of episodes in, it was a bit slow for me, so I've just backed off. I'm not criticizing it, but obviously, I'm sure when I see Andy Serkis in it, I will love it. But
yeah,
it picks up it like escalates completely after episode 4.
I think that's when I cut off. Yeah.
Really enjoy. Yeah, because I did the same. I was like, this is really slow, and then at Star Wars Celebration, I just decided to binge it one of the nights, and I was like, that was really good.
Mm-hmm. You had that kid from, I'm not sure if you've seen it, The End of the Fucking World on Channel 4.
Yeah.
And that I was like, this casting's so weird. Like that casting choice, I was like, that's the only thing I knew him from. I was like, this is very weird seeing that guy. And then there's another weird casting choice. I can't think of it. It's off the top of my head. But I was just like, yeah, it weren't great for me. Let's move on then, because we've done almost 15 minutes on Phantom Menace. So yeah, films are getting re-released in cinema. So I think this is all within. I think we've got Lord of the Rings in June. Spider-Man, I think, is this month, and Interstellar, within the next couple of months. It's all coming back to cinema. So what's everyone's thoughts on these films and trilogy sagas actually coming back to cinema? Is it good or bad?
Lord of the Rings, I get, because they're doing the extended version, so it's like, if you're not doing the re-release in a sense, because I don't know off the top of my head if they ever did extended versions in theaters. I assume so, maybe a year or so later, but that's cool. Spider-Man's a random one. There's a lot of rumors about Spider-Man 4, so maybe they're just trying to build hype for it. That's the only kind of thing I can think of. But it's a random timing. Interstellar, I assume it's 10 years, and that might be why. But yeah, it is bad. Like, I was looking through today to book stuff for Saturday, and there's loads of re-releases. Like, when you've been looking, it's just a bit bizarre, especially when like for me, I don't mind because, well, I think all three of us have got Cineworld cards, so I don't mind if there's nothing on that I want to see, and there's a re-release of something that I really enjoyed as a kid or as an adult or whenever. I don't mind going to the cinema to either experience it for the first time in a cinema, especially if it was a film that was released during COVID and I went straight to digital. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I've just got my Cineworld app up, and the films you can see right now: Civil War, Doom Part 2, Planet of the Apes, Kung Fu Panda 4, Tarot, Fall Guy, Challengers, and Back to Black. So it's like 8 films. So
that's Leicester Square as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Leicester Square, and they only last a week. A lot of these films, like, they've gone. I can't remember what it was a couple of days ago. But say like the Fall Guy's got 3 screenings tomorrow, Friday night for Friday, which is mad. I was considering how long it's been out, 3 screenings. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the films being re-released? Do you remember seeing Spider-Man at the cinema?
Oh, that I remember that so vividly. I shouldn't, but I do. I remember the day.
God, yeah,
because they had all the merch, like with the Star Wars. They had all the merch, so McDonald's had the Happy Meals and everything. And I think I got this Spider-Man watch that said, "With the great power comes great responsibility."
I had that.
Yeah, it's just a funny bit of merch. But Spider-Man, I think for the UK is August. The problem is,
I think it's America this month. Yeah, I've not.
It's Odeon only at the moment.
But how many times have they released No Way Home? That's what I was going to come on to. They done like they released like
3 times.
Yeah, it's so soon. When did it come out? Like 2021. It's been so they keep pumping it out there, don't they?
And then they had those random seasons. Like I remember, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. Actually, they had like an action season at Cineworld where they showed Blade Runner and. Do you not have movies that you can release? Well, obviously not.
Well, that was another thing on my app. It said Danny Boyle season, so they've got all Danny Boyle films.
Yeah.
So it's weird, isn't it? I'm not sure if it is they're still on catch up with COVID, or they're just trying to get a bit of money back. Anyway, let's move on to challenges. Have we all seen challenges or not? You've not seen it, Kimsey?
No.
All right, we'll show.
It's one that I'm hoping to catch on digital because I was a bit reluctant seeing it at the cinema.
It's really good in the cinema.
I think I only saw it because of my Cineworld card. I can't lie. I don't think I would have saw it otherwise. It was me just trying to make the most of it. Joe, what was your thoughts on it? I think you give it 5 stars, didn't you?
Yeah, second best film of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It's one that like I didn't have any, except for I knew it was about tennis. That's all I knew going into it, and I like going into films like that these days. Like I try and stay away from trailers unless it's a franchise that I really care about, because a lot of them either give you false expectations, throw you off, or the best bits are in the trailer, and I think some of them just ruin it for me. So it's nice going into something that was like I not really much interest in, just wanted to see a good bit of cinema, and it was bloody brilliant. The score, I really loved the like 70s sort of 80s kind of music. The cinematography, how like one bit you're seeing it from first person, change to another first person, third person, first person as if you're the ball, as if you're the racket. The way it was shot with the time skipping going back and forth, it wasn't messy. I think it's just a brilliant film. Very, very good.
Corey says, I'm unsure on it. I like Zendaya, but I pretty much only watch horror. So I feel like the good thing with this is that it's not stereotypical. Like I don't think there's a main character. It's literally almost split 3 ways. And none of them are likable. So you're trying to identify whose side you're on. But in the end, none of them are really right. And then, the storytelling's brilliant. And you kind of you learn more about the characters as it goes on, but you're almost asking more questions. But it's a solid watch. I do feel it is a film for cinema as well. I think if I watched it at home, I might get a little bit bored. But I think it is definitely one to watch at the cinema. Next up,
the way it's shot. No, just the way it's shot for cinema is so good. Just the way it's shot, and it's one of those that the screen will be pretty empty. You can sit there and have a giggle because there is pretty funny moments, and it's
churro, the churro scene that was interesting. That churro scene. Let's talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Then it released it in cinemas today. I better ask: are you both planning on seeing the film first?
Got a ticket for Saturday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, I do want to, but I need to see the last 2 of the trilogy first, because I've kind of not. I watched the first one and I really enjoyed it, but I've not had time to sit down and watch the 2 sequel ones. So going to see this one would probably spoil it.
Oh yeah, I think it would do.
Yeah,
it looks like there's a lot of callbacks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it on here? I can't see. There was one poster, with the O. The O was the window on. I think with the date or something. But so Joe, what's your thoughts on it then with Kingdom Planet of the Apes? Like where you are, how big of a fan are you, and what are you looking forward to?
I love the first 3. Rise is one of my favorite films. It's so good. Hits home in some scenarios, in the way that I think it's one of the most realistic apocalyptic scenarios as well. The way that they've done this trilogy, which is why it's quite scary in a sense. But going into this one kind of like with fresh eyes, it's this new cast, kind of a new beginning, but linked. So not going to hold it to the past 3, but really looking forward to it. It looks stunning. All the shots I've seen of it is stunning. But again, I've tried to like not watch too much because it seems like the last like 2-3 weeks they've released loads of footage of it. I'm just trying to stay away from it. I don't want to. I want to experience everything for the first time. I think I've booked either 4DX or Super Screen just because I want to see as much as I can.
4DX looks mad. Have you done that, Coombsy?
No, I don't think we've got one nearby. I think the nearest one would probably be Southampton.
3 screens. You've seen that? The 3 screens. It's like
they had it for the Fall Guy apparently.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it, but I saw someone on TikTok do it for Phantom Menace and with the pod racing, and then the chair moves with the pod racing. That would have been mad to do.
I've had that effect before.
Until you crash.
But you know, when you said about how the Challengers trailer doesn't give much away, that instantly made me think of Kingdom Fighter 8 because they've released like a 7-minute preview of the film, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. And yeah, I've stopped with the trailers from like the late last week or so because it will spoil it. I already feel like I know too much already. I feel like I know what's going to happen, but yeah, no, I'm really excited for it. All right, let's move on to this new Lord of the Rings movie, apparently, and these aren't the actual posters. So,
wait, I was going to say, surely they didn't mock that up that quickly.
So, we've got the news today. Called new Lord of the Rings movie coming out with Peter Jackson having an influence and going to be directed by Andy Serkis. It's titled The Hunt for Gollum. There was some actual these are like fan projects that come out in 2009. It's a short, apparently. It's on IMDb, so I'm not sure we can actually watch it. It's
thrown a lot of people off, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Joe, do you want to tell us a bit more about it? Because you are the professional.
Oh, I can't wait. So basically, Aragorn and Gandalf and Legolas go looking for Gollum to find out what Gollum has told Sauron, basically. So there's a hunt for Gollum that lasts years. So it'd be interesting to see who's in it because obviously Andy Serkis is coming back, but it's motion capture, so you can make him look like however they want, and it will look 10 years crisper, which is crazy. But it'll be interesting to see whether Aragorn's in it. Obviously, Viggo's now 20 odd years older. I think Orlando Bloom could definitely do a job again.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see who. And obviously, Ian McKellen's now, by the time that this is filmed, he'll be 85, 6.
He's done with Lord of the Rings, isn't he?
So it'd be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited that Peter Jackson's attached to it. If it was just Andy Serkis directing it, I'd be a bit skeptical, to be honest, because I love him so much as an actor and his involvement in projects, but Venom 2 is not good. so
I was going to say.
Yeah, so the fact that Peter Jackson's producing it and it's going to be in New Zealand and I think we're in safe hands, but I am buzzing. There's so much to tell within Lord of the Rings. As a trilogy, it is done exceptionally, but there's so much stuff in between that are huge. Like even in the Fellowship, when Gandalf realizes or thinks that Frodo's ring that he's got that was Bilbo's is the One Ring, and he goes to find out more information, he's gone for like 20 years.
That
gap is like 20 years long. So there's so much in between all the films. So so that ring's just sat in an envelope in Frodo's gaff for 20 years. So there's plenty of stories to tell. It just depends on what they do. I don't want them to overkill it. The statement from Warner Brothers today was a bit of a worrying one in a sense. They've said DC, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter, the worlds have not been explored enough. So we need to explore more of it. It's like, just don't oversaturate us with stuff. If there's a story to tell that is good enough and will be done properly with sufficient amount of time in between each project, learn from what Disney have done with Star Wars and don't give us loads of shit.
That's the thing. Once it's out there, you can't really go back. Like once you've put a project out there, like I know we can put Star Wars sequels to the side, but it's still in our heads. You know, it's still like they've put this out there. You can't really forget about it because it is what canon in Disney's eyes. So I think casting is really important as well. So I think they need to get the casting bang on, but I really don't know. Aragorn. Who could be Aragorn for casting wise? Cozy, your thoughts, mate?
If it's already been done at some point, then surely we can just go and watch that, even if it's a fan film.
We get the idea.
But
all right, yeah, all
it's
right,
a difficult one.
We've got a quick comment. Oh, Lee's here for good seeing the stream, Lee. Thanks you for joining in, mate. Lee's here just in time for a bit of Keep 5 Bin 5. Okay, guys, so if you are familiar with the Tel Talks Talk Show, we do Keep 5 Bin 5 almost on a weekly basis now. So the idea of the game, the guests have to decide on 5 to keep and 5 to bin. So Joe and Coombsy, you're going to work together. And people in the chat, please do give your answers as well. Being as it is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes week, I thought it's a good idea to do apes and monkeys. So not as serious as this one.
I'm a Family Guy.
Keep him! Keep him!
So,
He entertained me as a child.
I'll try and go through this if I can remember. So we've got Caesar from Planet of the Apes. We've got Abu from Aladdin. Koba from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. We've got Marcel from Friends. Noah from Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. King Louis from Jungle Book. King Kong from King Kong. Evil Monkey from Family Guy. Curious George from Curious George. And Bad Ape from War for the Planet of the Apes. So if you two work together on your 5. It may be easy, it may be horrible.
But that's the King Kong from the Peter Jackson movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big shout. Big shout.
I didn't realise who Koba was played by until like a year ago when I saw footage of like pre-motion capture.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. He's the one. He was in Skull Island as one of the soldiers.
He
was Doctor Doom in the terrible Fantastic Four about 10 years ago.
Oh.
Michael B. Jordan one.
Yeah,
Or,
he was the Doctor Doom in that.
right. So let's have. Can we get a first keep? You agree on?
Caesar can be kept.
Right. Caesar.
I've not seen those two. I need to. I'll go and watch it tomorrow. I'll go and watch both of them tomorw.
I was going to say
Caesar seems great.
Bad Ape would be one that I'd save. I love him.
Right. So you got 2 keeps. Any bins?
Been here so long. I don't know. Not really bothered. King Louis. I don't think there's anybody in the world that doesn't know. I'm the king of the
swingers.
Is it what you've been in King Louis? Or are you keeping him?
No. Keep.
Right. So you got 3 keeps. King Louis. Right. So yeah. So you're keeping Caesar, Bad Ape, and King Louis so far. Meg says been in Koba. Are you been in Koba? Or are you keeping Koba?
Well, Coombsy don't know who he is, and I think he's an arsehole, so I've been him. Coombsy must have been him.
He looks like an arsehole.
He's a great character, though. He's a
great villain.
Yeah. Next up, I mean, I suppose you could technically bin Nova or Noah. Is it Noah? Noah.
We don't know much about him yet.
Yeah, only because they don't really know who it is.
You been in him?
Yeah, you can get currently bin.
Yeah, so you've been 2 so far.
Bring that up.
Let's not bring that up.
Wow.
All right, got it. Right, let's get another keep.
Well, I personally really enjoy King Kong from 2005.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite Kong that they've done.
Yeah, I think that's mine. Mind you, I've not seen many of the others. King Kong. Did you see the latest one?
I'm about 3 behind.
Did you see Godzilla v Kong? I thought you went to see that.
No, I was going to. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it in cinemas though.
Yeah. It's all right.
But,
so you're keeping Caesar, Bad Ape, King Louis, and King Kong. So you need one more keep.
I'll leave it in Coombsy's hands.
See, I'm not that attached to Friends, but I know people are.
The other
I'm
one
more attached to Family Guy.
No, I'm not either. Is that a new series of Curious George if it's on Peacock?
Maybe it
Must
is.
be.
Yeah, I just typed Curious George on Google.
I've not seen Curious George since I was about 8. I don't think.
I don't know if I ever watched it. I don't think
I like Abu. I like that version of Abu anyway.
Do you want to go for Abu? I mean, you guys are taking it very easy, but don't worry, I've got you. I've got the next ones.
Oh, the next one's gonna be Spider-Man or something.
Well, I can name
All
about
variants,
68 of them.
Right, go on. Let's get one more.
Keep Abu.
Abu.
Bin the rest.
All right, so we're keeping Caesar, Bad Ape, King Louis, King Kong, and Abu. All right, so that was all fun and games. All right, but let's get on to the real one. So, guys, how do you like your trilogies? The third installment of a film. Then we have got War for the Planet of the Apes, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Spider-Man No Way Home, Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Indiana Jones The Last Crusade, Lord of the Rings Return of the King, Toy Story 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I don't know how this is going at all. So.
Evil, this is. That's evil. I think, Coombsy, the only way we can logically do this and not get hated on as much is if we pick one to keep each, and then the fifth one we'll I'm an hour about the fifth one.
Oh,
impossible.
You can go first.
I mean, come on, chat. Help our guests out.
episode 3, it's got to be. And I don't care about the prequel haters. We all love it.
Yeah, it's the best one.
What we're keeping? Revenge.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. Because I know Joe likes all of these.
Yep.
Any bins?
Any bins? No, I think it's easier to pick your favourites and then the other ones you're not hating on, if that makes sense. Oh, that's really hard. I keep Return of the King, seeing as the poster of it is above my head.
You going with that, Coombsy?
Yeah. I mean, each Lord of the Rings movie is a masterpiece in itself, so it's quite hard to.
Let's see. Wayne's saying keep Return of the Jedi, The Last Crusade, Return of the King, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Revenge of the Sith.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised you said Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
But I respect it.
And I'm trying to look at what you've been in. You've been in No Way Home. I'm quite surprised by that. I thought you're a big Marvel fan.
Oh yeah.
Corey's going keep Guardians, No Way Home, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, Toy Story 3. So Corey's been in Return of the King, Last Crusade. Well, he's been in Harry Potter. I think Potter will get binned.
It's a shame. It's not many people's. That's my favorite Harry Potter, but I appreciate other thirds in this higher.
Right. Keep Lord of the Rings, Apes, Indiana Jones, Pirates, Harry Potter. Strong, but no Star Wars.
Strong.
No. Right,
yeah.
Right, let's get another keep. So you're keeping Revenge of the Sith and Return of the King. So
I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? The thing, this is such a strong lineup.
It's like walking to a pub and seeing like Mao, Cruz Campo, Asahi on tap, Peroni on tap, and going.
I'd have a heart attack.
Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, I mean, Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man movie, but it's not the best Spider-Man. It's the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. That's
correct.
So I was going to put
up against
three, but I was like,
all of these.
I'll do this one.
Up against all of these, it's even tougher.
I will get a bin in because I think I'd bin War off.
Well, yeah, Coombsy's not seen it, so
I think it's the weakest. I I think it's the weakest of the three.
Yep.
And there actually isn't a war in it.
What?
Yeah.
Movie ruined.
It's brilliant, but
where's the war?
I don't think it's the best of the tree.
Right.
Oh.
So you got... Come on, let's get a keep.
You put Spider-Man No Way Home against Return of the Jedi. Now, this is going to annoy people. Spider-Man Return of the Multiverse.
Return of the Caribbean.
Return of the Caribbean Story 3.
You know, because it's probably the best Guardian as well.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'd pick? Just in theory,
yeah.
If it was just me on my own, because I don't think many people would. I'd pick all the bottom row.
To keep. See,
Toy Story is a huge part of my life. I don't think I've cried in a cinema like I did with Toy Story 3. Genuinely, like the last 20 minutes, my lip was all over the gaff.
It was made to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Toy Story 3. I've probably seen it once on Disney Plus since then. I saw it at cinema, but I ain't seen it in ages. Come on, I need a keep. Yeah, we'll let Coombsy do the keep. Give you keep one, then we'll go back. We'll go back to Joe. We'll do it that way.
I gotta do it.
Go on. Do it.
But it's based on my personal preference.
Right?
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point.
No Way Home.
Right.
Because it melds all of the Spider-Man that we've had into one and opens up the multiverse so much that there's infinite possibilities with it. So you could get 100 movies realistically.
All right. Joe, I need you to keep one.
Last Crusade.
My
best Indiana Jones film there is.
All right. So you keep
in my opinion.
You keep him Revenge of the Sith, Return of the King, No Way Home, Last Crusade. So I need one more keep. So is Toy Story getting binned?
I think they're all worthy winners.
They're all winners in the end.
They are. It is hard because Guardians 3 is the best one in the trilogy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi is brilliant, but Empire is better. Pirates is brilliant, but Curse of Black Pearl is better. You could say the same for Toy Story. It's for the fans.
Come on, give me one. We've done this for too long now.
I'll let Kimsey pick.
No, but I just picked one. You got to pick it. You don't remember it.
No, Joe picked Last Crusade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on the last one.
Purely because it was made as a trap, I'm going to say that we keep Return of the Jedi because Toy Story 3 was made as a trap for the adults that grew up with Toy Story 2.
Come on, Greg. That's right. I think
that command.
I think you're actually right here. I think you actually got the right 5. Mate, the one that could be debatable is No Way Home, but as a cinema experience, that is probably one of my favorite cinema experiences. That so you're keeping Revenge of the Sith, Return of the King, No Way Home, The Last Crusade, and Return of the Jedi. So that's actually it for the slides. Let's get rid of the slides, guys. Now it is actually time for YouTube comment of the week. Okay, guys, so YouTube comment of the week. every week we pick our favorite comment from either one or any of our socials. So, Joe, what have you gone for? The video and the comment, mate.
I've got one from my TikTok today. Just a reaction to the Lord of the Rings news. And I have a comment that made me chuckle quite a lot this afternoon. Someone put, "I hope to God it is not based on the Gollum game that came out last year."
That was my first thought when they said it's based around Gollum. I was like, Gollum game.
I was in stitches, and then was like, "Oh God!" I had like beer fear, just like no. So yeah, they could be right, but yeah, it did make me giggle.
Yeah, Koozie, did you get any interactions from the Jared Padalecki?
Did I?
Yeah, I know you got a lot of.
It's blown up, mate.
Yeah.
My one, the first comment that was left.
Hang on. You know the rules. Go on, sir.
If Jared is a Liverpool pattern, I'm never watching Supernatural again.
I saw he wore an Everton shirt the next day, didn't he? To balance it out.
Because he wears it wherever he goes.
Oh, does
he?
So
no, he's not a Liverpool fan.
No, I actually thought he was diehard Liverpool. Yeah, but I knew I saw him wearing an Everton shirt the day after. Yeah, how many views you on then on that TikTok?
Last time hold on, I can check. It is at 33.5k.
Stop that, mate. Very nice. Very nice. Right then, finally my turn for YouTube comment of the week. Okay, guys, so my YouTube comment of the week comes from my Indiana Jones trilogy review on my top 100 movie poster challenge, and it comes from a YouTuber or YouTube account called Smart Cookie 2022, and I put a question out there: is Indiana Jones the best trilogy out there? And then they've replied saying, I say Clint Eastwood's Dollar trilogy and Dirty Harry 70s movies in brackets were the best trilogy. However, Indiana Jones is probably the best kids movie trilogy. So I think I've seen the Clint Eastwood trilogy films, but it's been so long. Like I'm not enough to actually remember them. Anyone seen them?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like it might be on my movie.
I was about to say it's probably something that's on your poster.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna watch him right now until I actually have to. But that's my YouTube comment of the week. We've got there we go. Wayne loves the Dirty Harry films. Yeah,
he loves anything.
He does.
He loves anything dirty.
Loves Dirty Harry. Right, guys. So next up, we have got Last Thought Watched. So it might be a bit more difficult for Coomsy. I'm not sure.
Well, I can go on the Cineworld app.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if you've got Letterboxd or not. But Joe, should we start with you then? Your Last Thought Watched, and we'll have a little chat about what you've been watching.
Yeah, all right.
All right, sounds all right.
I watched Bullet Train last night. It was the first time I'd seen it, actually, believe it or not.
See, I do want him to be Bond, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, same.
I think, especially in Bullet Train, that made me want him to be Bond.
I think in action sequences like that, yeah, it was really smooth. I thought it was really sick. I watched Tales of the Empire.
Finished it.
Yeah, they're only like 17 minutes, so it's easy to binge. Challengers and Sleeping Dogs, Karen Gillan and Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, I still want to watch that. So your favorite out of them would be? I'm trying to think.
Challengers, my favorite out of those four. Mm-hmm. Then Bullet Train by rating. Then Sleeping Dogs, and then Tales of the Empire.
As least.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So what is that because the others are that good, or Tales is a bit weak?
A bit of both. It's weak, I think. There's aspects of it that's good. It's good, but like compared to Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Jedi is some of the best Star Wars content Disney have put out. Mm-hmm. Tales of the Empire is just like.
I thought people would be more interested in the Sith and the Empire compared to.
Yeah, it should be like that, but it's just the characters they focused on and the stories they've told are just like, meh.
Yeah. Coomsy, over to you, mate.
Yeah, I watched Tales of the Empire, and I would agree it was. I got my phone out a few times because I was kind of. It just wanted to end, and the way they did it, it just didn't feel satisfying for who they did it around. What did I finish on Disney Plus? Shogun.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Shogun, but like people might go into it thinking, "Oh yeah, there's going to be massive samurai battles and stuff like that." It's just not what you get. You get a political show.
Fallout.
Yeah, that's definitely. I have watched that technically twice now because I join in at the end of people watching the last few episodes. And I definitely enjoyed Fallout. It was, I mean, I would probably say it was a better adaptation than Last of Us, because Last of Us is not an original story.
What do you mean?
Well, The Last of Us is based on the games, and they basically follow that story.
Oh, see what you mean. So Fallout isn't actually.
Fallout's just based on the world, but it's not like a carbon copy story.
Oh,
but Last of Us is literally that's the game. This is what's going on.
I never knew that. I thought Fallout they're literally like doing the storyline. But yeah, I'm not. I didn't really know who the main character was in the Fallout game.
Ghouls in Fallout are just NPCs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Corey says he's watched Abigail 3 times in cinemas. I do want to see Abigail. It does look quite dark. Like it does look quite gruesome as well. Yeah, I do want to see that. I don't know if I've missed a boat. I don't think that's on my at my Leicester Square cinema, so I have to check that one out. Is it not? Yeah, I think it's done. Yeah, I think it's done already. That's what I mean.
It's on at mine.
I'll have to check again for tomorrow. Yeah, it's not there. It's gone. So I might have to go to like the O2 or something because that's done already. But they are quite small because they've got the super screen and they've got the IMAX, so they actually haven't got that many screens because they've just got the bigger scale ones. Yeah. Wayne's seen 3 episodes of Shogun and he really likes it. As for myself, for my movie poster challenge, I'm doing Star Wars films, so Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, done the Phantom Menace, and then I saw Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which is the second one in the old Planet of the Apes, and that was really bad. So that was a 2-star. The original was class. Like I give it a 4.5. Like I loved it, and it's so fascinating to see how Rise of the Planet of the Apes was compared to the original one. They said, there was like loads of words like Bright Eyes. They named the human they captured Bright Eyes, and then James Franco named Caesar Bright Eyes. I think Caesar's mum Bright Eyes in Rise. So there's loads of similarities, which I was fascinated with. But yeah, nothing too extraordinary with my latest 4. Right, guys. So we're going to come on to Comic Con announcements, should we say? So let's do Comic Con announcements. All right, guys. So I was going to say Comic Con announcements, but it's been more Comic Con cancellations. It looks like, especially with Comic Con Midlands, there's been quite a few cancellations in there. Coombsy, within
Famke is one.
Princess today from Walking Dead. Oh, she cancelled, and someone else. I'm not. It might be the guy who plays the voice actor of Mowgli. Might be him, or it could be someone else. But there was two more cancellations today.
Dear.
As for Comic Con announcements, we had Jim Cummings got announced for MCM, but you're not one for you, is it, Crimsy?
No, definitely not. And I mean, I love Hondo, but I don't like Jim Cummings.
I'm trying to think what other Comic Con announcements we've had. Noah Schnapp for Love of Fantasy.
Jensen, Jim Beaver.
Yeah.
For Liverpool.
I'm trying to think.
It's been fairly quiet, hasn't it?
If it's not quiet, it's been repetitive, isn't it? It's been almost the same stuff. He charges more for a quote. Does he? He charges?
Yeah, it was £10.
Yeah, it was the same as Oh, what was his face? Voice of Scooby Doo was the same, wasn't he? Had a list on the table of things he would do.
Oh
Jim
yeah,
Cummins had the same list. Effectively, it was the same thing.
I think I saw that. It was like handwritten as well, like in pen. Like I think Brian Herring done that with BB-8. All his stuff. He had
Yeah.
he had his own like catalog. I was like,
How can
sorry.
he quote?
He was like beep beep.
The beep.
He was literally the beep beep beep. Yeah, literally was that. He was like 80 quid for a signed BB-8. Like, not a chance. And it was like the Pride one, so it wasn't even like the actual BB-8. It was like, you know, the variation of BB-8. So what weren't for me at all. Mark says if you're female, it's great. If you're male, you get nothing from him. So you just get from Jim. That'll be it. That'll be it. So I think, yes, where is it going? Let's touch on the sad news today of over the weekend of Bernard Hill passing. So Joe was one of the last people to probably meet Bernard Hill. So I think passed away at the age of 79. We're really sad because there's a lot of hype for Bernard Hill this year, who's in a lot of demand. A lot of people recently bought the King Freedom Funko Pop, hoping to meet him. Joe, anything you want to say on Bernard Hill? I mean, obviously you've been one of the last people to actually to meet him and actually talk to him.
Yeah, it's quite surreal actually. Even just seeing that's quite surreal because, yeah, I touched in both of our vlogs that it wasn't. I don't really know how to word it. It wasn't disappointing the experience, but I did feel quite sad meeting him because he didn't look very well. Basically, he was very frail. Didn't really speak a great deal, and it was just sad. And I said, like, it's quite sad to think that it was only like 20 years ago since Lord of the Rings, and Theoden as a character is so well spoken, so brilliantly portrayed by Bernard Hill. And then to see him in that sort of state was really quite sad. So I was going to meet him originally in Wales, but I didn't want to because it was just not that I didn't want to. It was just I felt really, really sad. So yeah, to see that he was cancelled on, it was like early hours of the morning, Saturday morning. I thought that something must have happened, and then yeah, really sad to see he's passed away. And it was really touching. I shed a tear on Sunday, watching the Hobbits panel. There's some lovely words spoken, but yeah, really quite sad. It's been a tough year for people, especially like Carl Weathers and stuff. It's like actors that we've really cherished. It's been really hard hitting. So great shame.
Yeah, Coonsy, anything from you on Bernard Hill? Or was you planning to meet him?
Yeah, I was, and then obviously we were driving up actually, and I checked my phone just before we got to Mark's, and it said, "Oh, Bernard Hill's wife has become unwell." I was like, that's a bit off. And then Mark got in the car. I said to him, Bernard Hill's cancelled, and he told me to. He was like, "You're having me on." I was like, "No, have a look here." So we went across the weekend, and you could tell that there was definitely an absence in the area. Like they had his area, there was nobody there.
Yeah, it must be quite eerie. I think looking back at it now, like where it would have been. Yeah.
But I feel like after the Hobbits panel, because Orlando was originally going back to LA. However, I feel like them hearing that Bernard Hill passed and the kind of age that he was, it prompted them to go to see Ian in his play, just in case anything happened to him.
Yeah, and he's probably like quite close to Ian as well, being as well, it would be similar age, and only 5 years different. So yeah, they probably did socialize a lot more, them two. Let's talk about your Comic Con experience then in Liverpool and some you pick up. So let's start with the positives then, the stuff you did pick up, because I know you've got some supernatural stuff, but apart from that, I don't really know who you did meet, what you did get done. So you take it away, mate, and me and Joe will sit back and listen to your Comic Con Liverpool experience.
So we got there, and obviously they got the security gate and everything, and they said previously bottled water is allowed. So we thought, right, we'll get some unbranded bottled water, take the label off. Went through, and the lady went, "No, you can't have that water." I went, "What?"
Yeah.
So we went through and we're like, well, where's the place to fill up? And she said, I don't know. I'm like, so it's the toilet then? It's like, well, yeah, you can fill up in the toilet. Obviously, I wasn't going to because it's used for.
Yeah.
So that threw the vibe off instantly. It was all right getting into the venue. It was a lot easier than other conventions. And then you had a rush of people as everybody trying to get where they wanted to be and everything. So the first time slot we had was Sean Astin. Went in the queue. Sean Astin was late.
Were they all late?
No, only he was late, which prompted us not getting Elijah Wood, because his queue by the end of when we'd done Sean Astin there was nobody there, so we could have done pay on the day.
What?
But as soon as Sean Astin finished, he like went off to do the photo shoot. So I was like, oh, gutted I don't get the 4 hobbits.
Okay.
But we got Sean Astin there.
Oh, nice. I've not actually seen this.
So we got Sean Astin and then Sam. And the quote I chose was, "There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo."
Oh.
Because he
quite
asked
nice.
to shorten it. And there,
What did you want?
I think it's a whole. There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and there's something after that or before it. And he.
Oh, you did want that kind of quote. I thought you meant
Yeah.
you had to completely change your quote altogether.
No.
Joe,
And we were
what
like,
would you
oh,
go for?
this is quite easy.
What would you go for, Joe?
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. Yeah.
Or I'll carry you but I can carry you, something like that.
Yeah. No, Coomsy?
Yeah. Dan got it's me. It's me. It's your Sam. He got.
Yeah.
But after that, we thought that it was going to be, smooth sailing. We had one time slot. We went at the time. It was fine. Then my next one was a supernatural one at 11 o'clock. So I was like, okay, so I've got a bit of time. We'll go round. Dan had Red Dwarf people, and he had a time slot for them. He went over. We just looked at the queue and went, absolutely no way. And we asked, is this the time slot? And they were like, what time slot?
Mad,
what?
So did you get emails about your guests that you'd booked and said you have to book a 15-minute time slot?
Yep.
That's what we had for Edinburgh, and they literally did not exist.
Yep. So that's 2 cons that they've not paid attention to the time slots.
They're 2 biggest ones.
Thankfully, Jared was at 11 o'clock, and I think I was in there maximum 10 minutes because they'd check you before you even went up the escalator to his room.
Yeah, that's good.
So I've got him on the pop ride.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Protector as well.
Yeah, I know they've got hard stacks, and I've emailed a company to ask them if they'd have any more in stock, because I was like, I feel like get a massive magnetic stack for that. But no, that was 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out. Obviously, you weren't allowed to record. But,
we all do it now. Yeah. It's weird saying that because we've not ever had an email or a comment, have we? Please remove this. No.
You're paying £100 for it. If they're making you go in there for a minute maximum, if that, then I'm not being funny. You should be able to record that tiny experience. You know what I mean? It's like, what damage is it doing to anybody? No one.
And like I said, we have had things like we've recorded, and there's been things like guests and celebrities have said that if we put that online, obviously they would get in trouble. But obviously we won't put that out. We only put out the bits that are allowed to go out, or are acceptable. But yeah, so that's the start of your day. So you got 2 done by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, based on the time slots.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, Dan went to do his Red Dwarf and he couldn't get them. And they didn't know about time slots or anything. The guests didn't know about time slots either.
What?
No, they had no idea. So they did Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. I met Jason Mewes for like 5 seconds standing next to Dan. He seemed pretty cool, but I don't know much about Kevin and Jason, so
Oh my gosh.
it's not my generation. It's more Dan and Mark's
Yeah,
generation.
it's not mine either.
But then chaos ensued because we went to our 2:30 for Billy Boyd, and we went in the queue. We asked them, "Oh, is this the 2:30 for Billy Boyd?" And they went, "Yeah." I went, "How do you think this is going to be possible?" Because I'm not even joking. There were probably 100 people in that queue.
Yeah, for like what? For an hour before he went to photos.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to cut that off. They never do that. They just let you stand in line like an idiot, and then they don't even like you probably aren't going to get it. They need to just cut it off and get everyone done.
The only time they changed their mind with that at Edinburgh was once people had already queued. Like there was a girl and she couldn't have been any older than 12, 13 maybe in front of me and Tel. We'd been queuing well over an hour and she was in front of us. And after, the staff member that was at the front of the queue, who was just stood there doing nothing, then turned around. He had a piece of paper down, then turned around and was going through the queue going, "Have you pre-booked? Have you pre-booked?" Got to her, she went, "No, I haven't." He went, "Oh, you have to leave the queue then. It's only for pre-booking." It's like, she's been stood there an hour. She's probably out 10 people away, and they made her leave. Like, completely ruins the weekend. Terrible experience. Like, what they should do is get an actual trained member of staff. Because I think what they do is all the volunteers, they just stick at the end of the queues, and all the staff that are experienced who are on the books, they make them handlers.
Yeah.
So they can sit with the guests, but they have no one who's like not. They have volunteers only at the end of the queues. They're not prepped on anything. They're just effectively free labor, is what they are. Volunteers. So they're stood at the end of the queues. They're not prepped on these time slots, and no one is. It doesn't say time slots on the thing. It just says between 10 and 11 doing autographs, and then 11 and 12 doing photos. It's never right. If you've got slot 1, you're here now. They're trying to make it virtual queues before you go to the con, but not fulfilling it. So it's just so badly organized, isn't it?
Yeah, so me and Coombs were saying about Showmasters where they do it well. Like you can actually go for a beer. Yeah, my ticket ain't gonna be till like 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna go for a beer, have a browse around the stalls, and come back at an estimated time. And if you're a bit late or a bit over, they still let you go in the queue. Oh, you're on to ticket 200 now, and I was 110. They'll let you in. They're like, "Oh yeah, go on, you go." But the way this is done is a bit backwards. So you got Supernatural.
Yeah, so we had at 2:30. There was obviously a Billy Boyd time slot. It wasn't until probably it was 4:30. So the next time slot, that we managed to even get in a queue for him, and I think we were there about 40 minutes, and he actually had to like cut off his photos to go and do some autos and then go over to the photos again because they screwed it up so badly. But when I got up to him, I said, "It's great to meet you. You know, have you had any pints?" And he went, "Oh yes, we've had a few." And he said, "You can never beat a British pub." I went, "No, there's something different, like vibe wise." And I said, "My friend was meant to meet you, but he's over at Red Dwarf because of this whole time slot thing." And he's like, "What time slots?" So that was yet another guest to say that.
Yeah.
But I did meet him, and we got Pippin. Although he's wrote Tippin. He's wrote Tippin. Yeah, Tippin. See, they're rushing you, and then on the side, it comes in pints. I'm getting one. That's why I had the conversation. But I had to get 4 Pippins because Dan had accepted consignments.
Yeah.
and I had to do them because otherwise nobody would have got them. And while I was doing that, Mark was in the queue for Dominic, and he said to him, you know, everybody's everywhere, time slots are not being used, and my friend can't even meet you. And he was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So you didn't get to meet Dominic?
I did not.
That's a shame.
I got to meet Billy, and Mark got to meet Dominic, even though he wasn't even getting an autograph for himself. He was forced to do mine and Dan's because of the queue situation. Yeah. And we had to go in each queue because it was not possible to get the two.
Does that mean you had to do it for Cameron and Andy Serkis, didn't we? No, we had to sacrifice it, but luckily it worked out all right. Go on, mate.
See, you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But we've got Mary, and we've got Little autograph, and then Mary. And then on the side, the pen was dying, unfortunately. This, my friend, is a pint.
At least they go hand in hand.
Yeah. The thing, these are damaged ones, because I had a friend in the States that was going to send them over. He unfortunately ran into a bit of an issue. So it was like, so I asked my friend and I said, you've got these, can I have them? And he's like, yeah, I'll send them over and you can buy them back when they get restocked. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I can window swap these if I want, but it's for my own personal collection, so I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
And then Andy Serkis, we tried. I went, is this the 3 p.m. time slot for Andy Serkis again? And they went, yes, it is. He's going to get to everybody past the con. I went, right, so you're telling me that I have to, even though I've got the time slot and most of these people you've not even checked. And they went, yes, he's staying late to do the autographs. I said, well, that's not possible. I live 6 hours away.
It's not fair on Andy either. Yeah.
No. I live 6 hours away. I've got to get home. I'm not to your time scale of staying like 4 hours after the con for Andy Serkis to be able to do my autograph. Is there anything you could do? And they went, we'll go and try. We'll go and try. So one of the handlers did go and ask, and they were like, no, he's not getting it done. It's like, okay.
So did you book him?
Yes, I had him pre-booked. I had the time slot, and they still they never check the queue so you don't know that those people are prepaid or whether they're just queuing up for the sake of queuing up.
Yeah. So did you get him? Or you didn't?
No.
So what's the process now?
I've emailed them and I've said, look, it was an impossibility. In fact, we had to split up for 2 of the autographs, so I didn't even get to meet the people that I paid to meet.
Yeah.
I'd like a refund. They haven't got back to me. They told me to contact Ticket Quarter as well, and Ticket Quarter just said, ask Monopoly.
I don't see him doing it. I just can't see it.
So it really rattles me. It is a joke, especially if it was literally they said to you, look, it can be a free for all. There's no pre-booking time slots. If you're pre-booking for an autograph, it's not guaranteed, which is mental in itself. Then it's like, but if it's like, oh, pre-book at your own risk. If you're pre-booking 10 people and you haven't got a diamond pass, good luck to you. You might not get it done. Fair enough. But if they're like, well, here's a time slot, so you can get it done. Brilliant. I'm going to book someone else then. And then they're just going, oh yeah, that time slot you booked, it doesn't exist. You're not getting it done. Unlucky. That is a joke. It's a joke. It was the same in Edinburgh. We had time slots for Andy Serkis at like 4:30. So we were like, oh, we can relax in a day. And then when we found out that we couldn't, it was all panic stations in the middle of the day then. And then we had to stand in a queue for 3 hours. Or that wouldn't have happened either. It is a joke. Absolute joke.
Like you're laying out 90 quids and 100 quids, and then you have to prioritize it. And you're like, I'll let that 100 quid slide just to get that. To make sure I get that 90 quid's worth of signature or pen or ink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Edinburgh was 8 months ago, and that was 30k people, and it was a shit show, an absolute shit show when it comes to pre-booking and stuff. They've had 8 months, and they've gone, oh yeah, Liverpool will make it the biggest ever. We've got 4 venues. Okay, 4 venues. That seems like it would be, easier to control because it's not all crammed in 2 halls. There's 50k people going. It's like, oh, that's pretty scary. And then just organize it in the exact same way. It's just.
I mentioned it to Coomsy. I said, imagine if they had Elizabeth Olsen, like Elizabeth Olsen and Orlando Bloom. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, it's just gonna be okay. I know you said about the biggest celebrities, in private rooms.
I will say that worked.
Yeah,
because they'd actually check whether you're allowed to be in that area in the first place.
They were quite strict of me when I saw David Harbour. Like, they let me through, but they didn't let my sister come through with me. They made a way outside the room, so my sister didn't get anywhere near David Harbour. So, yeah, I think they are on point with it. So Orlando Bloom, you didn't get to meet either. Oh, it was just sold out, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sold out within like a day. Then they added more on the Sunday. I was like, I'm not going Sunday, so I'm not paying somebody £180 to go and pick up that pop for me, because I have a feeling that he's now made a contract with Monopoly to do conventions.
Yeah, you'd think so. So overall, then let's wrap it up a little bit. Your con experience out of 10, and will you go back to Liverpool Con? I know you said you wouldn't, but you're not going to do it.
No matter what the guest list would be on that con, I would never do it again. Because the entire day was queues.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even get to see some of the props and stuff they had, or the photo ops, or anything like that. The entire day was queues that we should have been guaranteed the autographs, but we weren't.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I just feel like the best way to do it is to get a diamond pass at a smaller event, and then you almost get to whiz through it a lot better. Yeah, Coombs' famous last words. So, out of 10, then your con experience, mate.
Like a 2.
Oh, right.
If it weren't for the guests, that's another one, Katie Segal.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice one actually.
That looks good.
Which I did in the Andy Serkis queue. Because I was like, this is impossible. So I went over to her. 10 minutes. I didn't get the quote. She was doing quotes, but I just kind of blanked and was like, this is...
It's mad how busy Andy Serkis must actually be right now. Like, if he's promoting Apes, and you've got this Lord of the Rings news, and he's doing the cons. And I think, I don't know if he went to America to promote the film, but how busy...
And season 2?
Yeah, like... Poor bloke. And then the same as like Juan Carlos Pesito. He's in absolute everything these days. Mark says they even stopped letting Diamond Pass holders into fast track. Yeah, I think that's what Corey was saying. The Diamond Pass disability lines are a joke. They were completely ignoring our lines. That's what I mean. You're paying like what, $170 for a Diamond Pass, and you're not getting.
They need to put Diamond Pass. I think that's what Corey's trying to say, is they're putting 20 Diamond people in front of them, which they need to do because that's what they are selling. But it's. Again, like, it's so frustrating when you've been in a queue, when you should have had a time slot and you're not. That's what's frustrating. The thing that annoys me the most, I think, is that obviously we're con savvy. So, like, you've got a time slot for 3, say, but you're still going to go over there at 1 and ask, or earlier and ask.
Yeah.
Where, say, if you're a first time con goer, you've never been to a con, you're like, oh my God, Comic Cons in the UK are now a thing. This is amazing. Oh, this is the biggest one in the UK. They're promoting it. If, say, you get a time slot and you're like, oh my God, I get a time slot so I can enjoy the day, I'll book one up 4. And then you go around the photo ops, go around the stalls, you have a lovely day, and then you get to your time slot of 4 and they go, no, back of the queue. And by the way, he's going in an hour. It's like, okay. Just say it's, I don't know, 100 quid for someone, 90 quid. That's your day ruined.
That's like with Karen. She'd have like a 45-minute window of signing. And I'm like, you know what? I'll go to the period where she's got a 2-hour period of signing. Just it's much more realistic, and you got the diamond, so you're gonna get the diamond pass surely done with a 2-hour window compared to 45. And then she might be in a rush as well. She might try and get it signed, and off you go. So you might get a better experience with the bigger time slots. Mark says the diamond passes should be for people who need them, not for the consignment guys who they all know. Yeah, that's another thing. That should just be the night before or something, or as a send-in. It shouldn't be on the day, because it's happened with me. It
should be one and done, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it happened with Elijah Wood. Yeah, 8 posters getting signed, and then he's pretty bored by the time he got to me.
Every time the bloke pulled out another one, Elijah would like look at him, smile, and then as soon as the guy wasn't looking at him, he's looking like, By the time he got to us, he was just a bit like, just looked knackered.
All right, guys, let's move on to what's coming up on everyone's channels and socials. All right, we'll start with Coomsy. Anything coming up, mate?
TikTok, well, I mean, there would have been.
Yeah.
If I could even record anything with how busy it was.
Right, you got a con coming up this month. So
yeah, it's true. It's true. There is MCMs, so yeah, I'll probably release a couple of TikToks meeting some of the guests.
Yeah.
See how they do. Obviously, they're not like Jared. They're not going to do as well as Jared, but there's the guy that voices Sonic, Ezio, Chris Redfield, all of those. People like to see what's going on with that.
Little cosplay dance. See you doing a little TikTok dance.
No, that's you doing that.
With Mario Brothers or something.
That's you doing that.
I do love the XL though. I really do enjoy going to the XL now for cons. I think the store wise is actually really good. And I don't feel as forced to buy something at MCM. Like, I'm just happy to browse. Where Monopoly events ones, I feel like a lot. I remember, where was we? Was it Aberdeen where that guy was trying to sell us the comics?
Yeah. Hard selling as well. Literally just strolling past, and he was like, "Oh, these are amazing." Blah 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 blah. And then you saw he had a name tag on. Looks at the book, and it was it. Yeah, I'm sure it's the best book ever written. Yeah, if you like these, if you like them, this is the one for you. Like,
you've read it. I've not read any of them.
I need to learn.
So curiously, you've got MCM this month, John. Read out who. Do you want to say who you're meeting, or do you want to save it?
Yeah, Roger Craig Smith. So as I said, he's Ezio in Assassin's Creed. He's the current voice of Sonic, not in the movie, but the video games.
Cool.
Chris Redfield. Yeah, I've got the Black Hood Ezio, the Grail one.
Yeah.
I picked that up because I was like, I wanted to get it eventually, but it came at the perfect time where he got announced. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that signed.
Yeah.
And then we've got Robbie Damon. He plays Spider-Man in the most recent Spider-Man show. That's not to everybody's taste, but I like the way they did the stories. He's also in a bunch of anime stuff. Then for me, they've got Jeff Loeb, and Jeff Loeb is one of the best comic book writers of all time. Mm-hmm. He wrote Batman Long Halloween and Batman Hush, along with the most heartbreaking Spider-Man story, Spider-Man Blue. And that got a Collector Corps box.
That's what I was thinking. I got a box, didn't you?
So I picked up the pop, and I'm going to get that signed by him.
Nice.
It's something different.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Yeah.
What's coming up for you, mate?
I'm filming a video for both YouTube and TikTok Saturday. So I've actually managed to get some time aside in my extremely busy May. So I'm managing to do that Saturday. So hopefully Sunday I'll be editing that, and that'll be out at the start of next week's. Bit of a different one, something I've not done on my channel yet. So I won't say what it is because you'll find out next week. But really looking forward to that. It's a challenge video, I'll say that. But
good luck with the title. I think the title's the hardest bit with these type of things.
Yeah, and the fun.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that. And then I'm trying to stay steady on TikTok because it is it's easier to put 15 minutes aside as I'm getting into bed, make a TikTok for the following day. I'm struggling to find time for YouTube at the minute because I don't want to just make any old content. I want it to be good, and I am so busy. I'm away every weekend in May, so yeah, madness, absolute madness. But
the Dino Joe show, you're a guest Monday.
Potentially have a guest Monday. It is TBA.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the nature of it, I'm afraid. It's trying to get actors and stuff. It's the same as cons. They'll be free when you book it, and then if they get work come in, obviously they've got to work. So it's it is what it is. But over the next couple of days, I should know. So watch out for me Insta, and if you see anything, I'll have someone on, but we shall see.
Lovely stuff. As myself, then we've got the 100 movie poster challenge just there. It's not doing me any favors at the minute because it's giving me back-to-back trilogies. So, and then even Apocalypse Now, that was a long film. That was really long. I'm hoping not to get another trilogy next one. So we've got this reviewing the Star Wars trilogy out Saturday. Still got to watch Return of the Jedi again. It's really hard watching them films back again because you've got to kind of review it, even though I've seen it so many times. So it's quite hard to actually review a film you've watched so much. And then we've got MCM. So I will be at MCM in 2 weeks, maybe 2 weekends away. Looks like I might be cosplaying. So it depends how it. I've got to do an actual unboxing and review video. So yeah, we'll have a barrel laughs with the unboxing video, and I'll put the cosplay on camera. So this cosplay company reached out to me, and they saw my Spider-Man video, which got like 25,000 views on YouTube. So they must have liked looking at my crotch or something because they wanted me to put me in another costume. So
Manchester, so little.
so little. So that was fun. So and then TikTok, maybe a bit of TikTok. Definitely want to do a Kingdom of the Planet Apes review. I'll be seeing that at the IMAX on Sunday, so I'm really, really excited for that. And yeah, that's about it from me. Anything else from you guys to add before we wrap up or before we go?
No, no, I was trying to think.
No.
I'm sure I had something on top of my head. Then it's gone. I'm afraid. Yeah, busy month for film. Very busy month for film. So yeah.
And we've got this man coming back in 2026.
We're so tired. Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
There you go. Hey, guys, thank you for watching, and thank you, Coombsy, for coming on tonight, chatting about Comic Con Liverpool. It's good to hear your experience, and yeah, maybe we'll have to have second thoughts on Comic Con Liverpool for next one. Depends on the lineup. If it's a guest you just can't miss, might have to go. But yeah, Diamond Pass seems like it don't mean much these days. But yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for episode 8 of the Tel Talks Talk Show. See you later.
Oops.